Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking this video. This is Matthew Msingati, the hybrid. I am a designer at the same time. I am a developer from South Africa. That makes me the double-edged sword. Let's continue with our awesome to-do application, an advanced one. This is our registration form. In case you are asking yourself, how did we manage to get this awesome, beautiful form? In case you didn't know, I have created my own UI library, which is 10 times better than ShadCn, and I call it Met Component. It's smart, brilliant, and it's advanced. Look at what it can do. Here, you are ready to go. That's why we've got this. But as soon as you've got an error, as you can see, it will tell you this icon will change. It's telling the user that we've got some errors. So the more you fix all the errors, as you can see, okay, and we need to upload an image, let's say, the more you fix all the errors, as you can see guys, it's ticking, telling you that you are good to go. How did I manage to get this? I'm using this library that I've created, and it's Met Component. Okay, so we are continuing. In case you are new, this started here. Okay, here I'm laying all the foundations and how I do things, and now we are here. Let's talk about the features of where we are. Okay, in the previous video we have managed to create a registration form. We can save the users into the database. We are also featuring Prisma, guys. Okay, so what is in for this video? In this tutorial, number one, I'm going to teach you the most complicated topic in the development industry today. I once attended an interview and I failed it because I was asked this very simple thing. The employer asked me, and it was an international company, do you know a thing or two about JSON Web Token? Well, I knew nothing. Okay, this is JSON Web Token. I'm going to teach you the details of this technology, and it turned out JSON Web Token, it's very simple that what YouTube or Udemy makes it. It's very simple. I'm going to explain it to you. It makes it more simpler when you are using the Met component, because I've got some pieces of code or modules that will help you to make things easier for you. Okay, so I will help you to know that. And also at the same time, we are going to use a Met image, okay, from the Met form on this component library. Here is the Met image. Check here guys, when you want to upload an image, you can use a Met image uploader. This helps you to upload images. Okay, this helps you to upload images. How different this is? Okay, this is different simply because number one, it's beautiful, it's stylish, and also it gives you a small preview of the image that you have selected. I have designed and developed that, and it's inside the Met component. So as you can see guys, it doesn't end here. This package is so powerful. It has got a displayer. Okay, you can use this display and put it anywhere. As soon as you select an image, it will always display it here. This is something that doesn't exist in the industry at this time. Okay, so I've decided to create that. So in this video, what we are going to do, I am going to show you how to create or continue with this registration form. We are going to use JSON Web Token. When the user is registered, we need to create a JSON Web Token for authentication and authorization. Okay, and then from there we are going to upload files to a server. Let me demonstrate that before we jump straight into it. So as you can see, this is the file that we have chosen, and this is our project. Okay, so inside the project, okay, I have got the Met upload. Okay, this is a method that will help you to do the upload. You don't really have to code it. I have taken care of that. So as soon as the Met upload is being hit, okay, it will create a file with this name. Okay, obviously the extension is .wp. Don't mind much about this, but the file that we've uploaded, it will be here in this folder. Where is the Met upload? Here. Okay, so let's test guys. Okay, as you can see, also this file extension is WP, and it's this one. So as soon as we come here and we type the name and the email, let's just change the email so that it cannot say the user exists, and then let's just put this side by side so that you can see when the file has been uploaded, and I am going to teach you that. Okay, check here, guys. Okay, let's check where is the met upload folder. There's nothing at this point in time, so let's click register. Okay, check here, guys. Now we've got this file. This one, it's here. I met him Singati, the hybrid, the designer and developer. Let's just jump straight into it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome. It's Matthew here, the greatest, the designer and developer that makes me the double-edged sword. We are continuing with our advanced to-do app. This is just a to-do application that features all the necessary functions of a real-life application. Okay, so what we already done, we are done with login. As you can see, this is only the screen, and now we are on register. Okay, so in case this is your first time to see this series, you can just come here. Here is part one of it. Okay, so you can come here and what can I say, watch this so that you can understand where we are now here. Okay, so in case you are continuing, thank you so much for your continuation. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's continue, guys. We have seen that we can register a student. Okay, we can put our details here, and this will take us to this will register into the database. So the first thing that I would like you to do for me is go to your own computer and run this XAMPP. Okay, once you open it, it will open like this, and then please start Apache and start MySQL, because this is the database engine. So if it's off, you will get some errors here. You won't create or make any user. Okay, I hope you understand that one. Maybe you might also get it here. Okay, you might also get it here, but these two buttons must be green. Okay, sometimes this MySQL throws some errors, as you can see here. Error, MySQL shutdown. Stop it and run it again. If not, just close here and open it again. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you are enjoying as I am enjoying. Okay, so guys, let me tell you a little story. Okay, some time ago I got an interview from an international company. In case you don't know me, I am Matthew Msingati. I'm based in South Africa. I'm not a special guy or a smart guy. I'm just a guy like you, trying to help other people and also helping myself as well. So I got this opportunity, an international interview or platform or a company. Obviously it was back then I knew nothing about React, and also guys, I really didn't know a lot about a lot of things. Okay, so I was asked this question, which I must admit I failed because I didn't really understand what they are talking about. Okay, they asked me, do you know about JSON web tokens? And I was like, what? A JSON web token? Okay, so after I failed that interview, I had to go to the internet and search for JSON web token. Okay, well, I got some tutorials. Okay, guys, believe me, they made the JSON web token process an advanced concept, rocket science. It's like I felt like it's like, what can I say, I'm inside Elon Musk's mind. Okay, and I'm caught up into big ideas. So I'm trying to say these guys didn't make this simple. Okay, so I was just looking at this tutorial and how you guys are loving it. It's getting some views. I'm happy with that. So I was like, let me explain to you JSON web token and how simple it is. Guys, if you can code React, JSON web token, it's very simple. Okay, so what do we want to do? Okay, what is the problem? Always when you are learning coding, please don't learn it from imaginary things, just do crazy things. Okay, always understand what is the problem. Okay, if you don't know the problem yet, whatever that you've learned, try to associate a scenario. Okay, when am I going to use this? So let's put get into the problem. Okay, so now let's say we are registering here, let's say Elon. Okay, so now Elon is our own user. Obviously he's got an what can I say, an email, elon@gmail.com. okay, elon@gmail.com. For now, let me run our database. Let's see, so that we can see that the user has been added. Where do I want to go? I think any of these will work. My apologies about that. Okay, so now we are, Elon is registering and his password is just Elon. Okay, let's see what is the problem here. Let's try to create an error. I want to see what will happen here. Okay, in this indication, let's see. Okay, register. As you can see, guys, if you are from following this tutorial, okay, before there was something here and I told you that it's misbehaving. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't show. Okay, their library, there was a bug. Okay, there was some conditionals that I did wrong. Okay, so if to you there is something here and to me, as you can see, there is nothing, I'm going to quickly tell you that about now. Please don't mind. So I'm trying to say I have made some changes in my library met component, the one that we are using, but I'm going to show you now how to fix those. Okay, so let's continue, guys. So the password is Elon, so let's register. I'm assuming when this is finished, then we are supposed to have where is to do, we are supposed to have a user called Elon here. Let's see users. Let's see. As you can see, guys, we've got a user here, Elon. This is the email for Elon and his password has been hashed, as you can see, guys. Okay, kumbaya. Now after we are done registering, where do we go? Okay, I'm assuming this guy is supposed to go to the dashboard and do whatever they want to do, right? Go to the dashboard and create a to-do list. Okay, so my question is, when this guy gets into the dashboard, okay, number one, how are we going to know if this is Elon who is inside the dashboard? The application needs to know. Okay, whenever Elon is creating a to-do or whatever task, the system needs to know that it's adding a to-do or editing a to-do from Elon. And the question is, how is the system going to know? So this JSON Web Token thing starts from the authentication. Okay, let me do I have to, I don't really have to go to Google and search for definition of authentication. Think of it this way. If we are talking of an application, okay, it's some sort of two different components working together, and one of those components, it's authentication, and number two, it's authorization. Treat these two things as a sub app. Okay, don't think of them as they are part of the whole application. Well, when you are new, you think of it that way, but believe me, that's going to make you struggle. Okay, so this means that in the application development, we are in the authentication aspect of it. As you can see, somebody can come here and say, I want to make a to-do. They won't be able to, because we are not in that stage yet. That's a different section of the application development. So step number one, we are on the authentication. Okay, so we are on the authentication, which is now you are registered or you can log in. Okay, the other part, it's authorization. Authorization is who has a right to access Elon's information. Is it Elon or other guys who are hackers? Obviously, we can't give Elon's information to other guys who are hackers. So meaning that now we are on the authorization. So when you think of JSON Web Token, think of authentication and authorization, specifically on the authorization. Who has the right to access? Are you the right person so that we can give you this information? Is that simple? It's plain English, guys. Okay, I am going to take you through different levels of JSON Web Tokens in such a way that it's going to be like easy to you. Okay, it's not going to be as complicated as some other people made it when I wanted to learn more about it. So this means that once this guy has logged in, we can create some sort of, let's say, a provider, if we don't want to use big term, a variable that when Elon's log in, we can save the data from that provider, right? Yes. Okay, meaning that this provider, the reason I'm calling it a provider, is going to be some sort of a global variable. It's going to be available all over the application. Okay, cool. Remember, as soon as we let's say as soon as we go to a new tab, okay, this is the application, the what can I say, the provider is available here. Okay, cool. As soon as we do this, let's say, okay, now a new instance of the same application will run. Okay, what does that mean? If we've got Elon's details on the entire app, inside the app, it will mean that Elon needs to log in again. Why? Because this instance of the same application that is running here runs independently. It goes to the server and fetches its own data, and its own module will be rebooted or kickstarted, and it will ask Elon to log in because it's not aware if it's Elon, as you can see. Okay, so how do we solve this? Okay, now I'm going to get into the JSON web token. So let's breathe in and out. Okay, and I am going to be slow now. Why? Because I want you to get it. Okay, cool. Isn't there a way, okay, in which, remember, Next.js has got the server side and the client side. Isn't there a way in which on the server side, on the files that are running on a server, that the client knows nothing about, the hidden files? Okay, let's treat it as the hidden files, our treasure. Okay, so if you want to run some secretive things, we can run them on the server. Let's say, isn't that possible that on a server we can generate a secret code, and then when we are done generating it, the client side, the hacker, knows nothing about it. When we are done generating it, when we are sending a response back to the browser, your Google Chrome, your Internet Explorer, or your Mozilla Firefox, it will come, the response will come with that secret. And that secret, okay, will stay in the browser. Okay, in the browser, in the entire browser. Okay, when you get into this tab, that secret will be there. When you get into this tab, that secret will be there. Okay, that secret, it's a JSON web token. It's a token. It's some sort of a group of strings, okay, that have got a secret, okay, which are a secret. What makes this secret code special is that once you edit it, it's no longer the same. Okay, it's more like an encrypted data. Let's say a combination of random things that you don't know. Okay, let's say the hacker sees the code. Okay, meaning that this code is not going to be hidden from the public. People can go and check it on cookies. As soon as somebody changed this 4 to 2, it's no longer the same. When we get into the server again, authorizing, making sure that are you the right person, we use this number. If this number has changed, we won't log you in. I hope you get that one. These are just the basics of JSON Web Token. A topic that has been, maybe people didn't really understand it. Maybe people, they were just copying and pasting or following other tutorials, and that's it. Okay, if I could have found somebody who explained it this way, it was going to be easy. Okay, so we've got a secret that will be generated in a server where the client won't know how it's being generated, so it doesn't have control over it. When I'm saying the client, I also mean the hacker, somebody who's in here trying to hack our system. So this code will be generated on a server. This code is so special in such a way that as soon as you change it, when it goes to the server will detect. There is a mechanism. That JSON Web Token system or technology is that mechanism to always detect if somebody has tampered with this. If Elon has logged in and we knew that it's Elon, we generated a code for him and we sent it to the browser. The clever hacker came and then he changed this. Automatically, he won't have access to Elon's files because this has changed. I hope you understand that. Okay. Number 2, let's get into this data. What type of data that has been encrypted here? The JSON Web Token system allows you to put a payload. Okay. It allows you to put any data that you want to put here. Let's say I can send an object to it, the name and email. it will encrypt it in a way. Remember, when it's encrypting it, it's not hiding it. Okay, it's not actually encrypting it, but it's just presenting it in a form of random things. Okay, why am I saying it's not encrypting it? Simply because if somebody got an access to that token, as we will, or as you can, okay, I have grabbed a lot of JSON web tokens which were generated by Spotify, generated by Apple Music, which were generated by a lot of what can I say, big companies. So getting access to that token, to be honest, it's not hacking. Okay, these companies know that this string will be available. Okay, it will be there. Okay, it's not a secret. But what is special about this string, there is nothing you can do with it. Okay, number one, you can manipulate it, you can decode it if you want to, because if this string is available, I can copy it. Let's say I once copied a JSON web token string from Spotify API, and I have taken it to a JSON web token API, and I decoded it, and I saw the information there. So step number two, when we talk of JSON web token, we are not talking of a secret information. Maybe when you decode this string, it might tell you that the user is Elon, the email is elon@gmail.com, and the ID is 1234. What are you going to do with it? Do you have the password? No. So as much as this is a secretive string, but it doesn't carry the essence of encrypted, okay, because you can know what it carries. So step number one, JSON web token, it's a secret string. Step number two, you cannot edit it. Step number three, inside it, maybe somewhere here, this means it's the user information, anything that you want to put there. As I've told you, in our case, it's going to be the user ID, the email address, and the name. Okay, what about the remaining parts? Okay, the remaining parts, this forms as another section of the JSON web token. Okay, the remaining part is some sort of the time. Okay, remember, this JSON web token that we've generated here, we want it to be valid for a certain number of days. Okay, imagine if Elon has logged in at an internet cafe and we generated a token that stays there. Do you mean that whenever somebody gets into Elon's account, then they were supposed to access the information? No. So meaning that we've got an opportunity to set a certain period that will tell you that this token is going to be available for 2 hours. So meaning that every 2 hours, Elon Musk has to log in again. Okay, what if maybe it's going to be 2 days? Obviously, every after 2 days, he can't use the same whatever. So this can go up to 2 days, 5 days, 10 days. So some others, let's say some other companies, they make it 60 days and whatever. So that is JSON web token in plain English. If you understand that, you can code it. Maybe what has been complicated to you is the fact that you didn't understand what is going on. Okay, so before I showed you the decoding part, okay, because I want us to decode what we have created, me and you, not to decode somebody else's JSON web token. Okay, is that clear? 100%. If that is, I am happy. I've just explained JSON web token in plain English. You can go ahead and not miss an opportunity last like me, because I didn't know. Okay, thank you so much guys for listening to me explaining all those things. Now let's get into it. So where are we going to do that? Let's go to our server. Okay, let's go to our server. I think this is the route, the register route, as you can see. Let's see, what are we doing here. We are creating here results. Okay, we are creating what can I say, a user here passing this data. Okay, as you can see, so this user will be created. So once the user has been created, okay, we need to create let's call it a session. Okay, the session thing includes the JSON web token. Okay, cool. Now let's see, do we have a try and catch here? Not really. Okay, so somewhere here when we are creating this user, an error might occur. Okay, at this point in time, we are not catching that error and we are not returning the response accordingly. So please, we will do this after the JSON web token application. So I'm trying to say we will come back to it. Okay, we need to handle errors. Okay, so now I told you that the JSON Web Token creation, it will give you an option to pass to it whatever data that you want. What do we want to pass to the JSON Web Token? We want to pass the user ID, the email, and the name. Okay, obviously here the user ID is not here. Why the user ID is not here? Remember, we are creating the user here, so the ID will be generated by the database. Okay, clear. Once we are done generating a user, creating a user, remember recently we created a user called Elon. Let me just show you what was the response. What did we get back? Okay, let's go to network. Did you refresh? Yes, it looks like we have refreshed. Okay, cool. So that means we don't have those things. Okay, let me just register here Elon2, and then here it's going to be Elon2. The password can be the same. So let's check what will be returned. Okay, as you can see, guys. Okay, as you can see. Okay, the ID, the name, the email, and the password. Okay, so that means from result we get this. Okay, so if this is the user data, let's just work with our naming. Okay, so result doesn't make sense anymore, guys. Okay, let's give this result, let's say created user. This makes sense, guys. Okay, sorry, created user. Okay, it makes sense, right? Because this is a user. Okay, it's not like it's a result error or what can I say, undefined or network error and whatever. So this is a user that we are going to get back here. Okay, cool. Don't mind about this because we are not going to use it. Okay, so cool. So meaning that from here we can get the username, we can get the ID, and we can get the email. So it looks like to me we are ready to create a session. Okay, to create a JSON Web Token. Okay, cool. Now what am I going to do? Let me type const here. Okay, const response. Okay, let me call this response. I think there's something that I didn't explain with JSON Web Token. Okay, and it's important now. Okay, so once the token has been created, okay, on the server, it will be sent back to the browser, but not here. You are not going to see it here. You are going to see it in a cookie. What is a cookie? A cookie is some sort of a variable name or a container that contains some information about the application. Okay, you can store whatever that you want to store. It's called a cookie. This is some sort of a simple explanation of it. So when the server is giving the response, it will, let me use this word, but it's not doing it. Okay, it will hide this token in a cookie. Okay, it's not like it's hiding it, because you can access the cookie. I can access any cookies. Okay, even these cookies, if there are cookies here, I can access them. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So it's not necessarily hiding, but that information won't be displayed here. Okay, so do you get that this string will sit in a cookie somewhere? Okay, I'll show you now. So as I've created the met component, okay, I have created a method that will help me to generate the token for me. Okay, I don't have to go and type and install. No. I've created a method that will make my life easy. So I just need to call the method and give it whatever payload that I want, so that when this JSON Web Token is being generated, it's going to be generated out of this information. And I'm going to take that JSON Web Token string and I'm going to decode it on a website by the JSON Web Token guys. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So let's do that then. Let's say this method of mine returns a response. It doesn't return a token. I hope you get that. Okay, let's say token equal to a string, which is complicated data. This is not what is being returned. Okay, it returns a response. Let me show you what a response is. Okay, an HTTP response. This is an HTTP response. As you can see, HTTP response.json. There's a result. There's also the status, as you can see. So meaning that a JSON a response, an HTTP response, is more complicated than you think. So when you use this method that I'm going to show you, it will create the JSON web token based on the information that you have sent to it, and it will give you a response that has hidden the token inside the cookie. If it doesn't make sense, don't worry, I will explain it to you. You will see it in plain English. Now let's get into the implementation. So we want, let's say, what are we going to call this response? We are going to call this cookie token response. Okay, is equal to, let's tap create. Now there's a catch. There's a catch. Stop right there, please. Okay, there is a catch. Okay, where the catch is, okay, what I did behind the scene, okay, I noticed that my library has got some bugs. Okay, as I've told you that it's not perfect, I'm building it. So what have I done? I have modified the library and I have published some sort of a new version. Okay, maybe if you are from the previous video, you know that we were on version 0.0.22 or 23. Okay, but now as you can see, we have jumped, like we're almost like we skipped like 3 versions, and then now we are on 0.0.26. So that means if you are from here, sorry about that, if you are from here, the version that you are using is stale. Okay, so how can we make your version fresh? It's simple. Okay, so let's just stop right here and come back here. This is what you can do for me. Okay, go back to your terminal and type npm impact mtm remove, apologies about that, npm remove met components. Okay, as you can see, npm remove met components. Let's click enter. What's going to happen, the version 0.0.22 that you have, it's going to be deleted and you are going to see a lot of errors. Okay, leave them as they are. What you can do, run npm I, which is installing met components. You are installing it again, but now you are going to install what can I say, you are going to install version 0.26. okay, wait for these errors to disappear. So what you can do, you can go to your own package. As you can see, those errors have disappeared. We know this error, so you can go to your package.json met component. As you can see, guys, this is the updated one, 0.26. Let's say after you updated it, let's say, but for some reason, what can I say, or you want it to update it the other way, you've got 0.22 here, you can just come here and make it 0.26. okay, and then come to your application and type, if you don't want to uninstall and install it, and type npm npm I think so, or npm install. I think if you want to load the packages that are here according to their own version, remember you have changed it from 0.22 to 0.26, you can come and run here npm install, and then all your packages will be reinstalled. Okay, meaning that the new version will be installed. I think that's about it, and that's all. So once you do that, now your register, okay, as you can see, now your register will have let's see if the register has this. So meaning that what happened, did I made some changes? Okay, we will fix this thing later. Okay, my apologies about that. Okay, as you can see, this is still not here and it's still here, so it means that when I was publishing this library, still I have not fixed this. This is going to be a story for another day, okay, or from another time. For now, let's stick to what we want to do. Okay, so please forget about this thing, we will fix it later. So Once you've got version 2.6, okay, it has got the method that I am going to use. Okay, so let's come back here. Now since you've got 2.6, you can type here create. Let's see, what can we get from met component? I think it's create cookie something. Okay, it's create cookie token. Okay, at components, met component API. Okay, it's under this folder API. Okay, because it helps me on dealing with API things. So this method from met component will create what? The session for you that has got a cookie inside it. Okay, I hope you are exactly where I am. If not, please shoot a comment below. Okay, cool. And then what else do I want to do? Now that we are done with this method, I've created it in such a way that, let me just go to that method. As you can see, it takes it's a generic function. Okay, as you can see, you tell it what type do you want it, and it's extending JSON Web Token payload. This is TypeScript. You don't really have to mind about this. It takes a user. Okay, it takes a user and it will push it through this function, create session. Create session is also another function that I have created. Okay, so I'm not going to get you through an endless loop of what I've created and what I have not created. Okay, I was just showing you that this is just a normal function and it's an async function. That means it returns a promise. Don't mind about that. I will explain to you. So what is important, we need to pass something, which is the user data, the one that will be some sort of encoded to the JSON Web Token string. Okay, let's go back to where we were. We were here. So what does this mean? This means that we can take this user as it is for now. It's wrong to take this user as it is. Can you guess why? Because the user that comes here has got a password in it. For now, we are just going to do it for testing and we will change it later. So what is this coming? What is this? Okay, coming back from here. Okay, as you can see, this is a promise based, but it returns a response. Okay, so we need to take this response. Okay, response. Sorry about this. Return. Okay, return. We are returning this response. So this is a response. So what am I expecting to happen now? Okay, what am I expecting to happen now? I am expecting when I'm creating a user, I am supposed to see a token that has been generated, and that token is a JSON Web Token and it will contain the data of the user that I've created. Okay, let's go to the front end. Okay, go to the front end. So what am I going to do? Let's go to the application. So you can just go here, go to the application. On the application, as you can see, I'm already here in cookies, but if you are not here, you can get into storage and get into cookies. Okay, this response, this one doesn't have cookies. Okay, this response, as you can see, it doesn't have cookies. Okay, cool. So what I want to do now, I want to create a user. Let's call this user now cookie. That means we're expecting a cookie here. Okay, a token. And then let's give it an email of now@gmail.com. Okay, and let's put a password of now. Okay, now I am expecting when this is done, okay, user has been created, we are going to call the create cookie token method, the one that I've shown you, and we have passed the details of now cookie. Okay, and the token that will be generated, it's supposed to be generated out of that data, and we are supposed to see token here. Okay, let's do that and test. Is everything going well? Yes, let's do that and see. Boom, guys, as you can see, we've got token. Okay, if you haven't subscribed by now, please guys subscribe. Okay, Coded Design has delivered on the promise. We've got token here. Remember, we said token is not being hidden when it's being placed on the cookies. It's being placed on a cookie so that it can be accessed without your intervention as a user. You don't really even have to know if this is here. We know it because we're developers. If you are just a user, an Amazon user, a Google user, you don't even see these things. Okay, it's not for you to see. However, when you want to see it as a developer, you can see it. But how do you expose a secret? This is not a secret key. It has just been encrypted, but this is not something that is supposed to be hidden. Okay, in our case, we have passed the session, the JWT payload with a password. It's wrong, but I was just showing you. Okay, so somebody can come and copy this. One might feel like they want to see my details. Okay, cool. Let's go to the company or the website. I think these are the guys or the organization that created the whole JSON web token thing. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that they can decode the string that we have. The string that we have looks something like this. It has got certain sections. Okay, sections. You might not be aware of it all, but there is a red section. There is some sort of this color section. I'm not sure if this is is it purple? I think it's purple or something like that. And we've got the light blue sections. All these have got some special meaning. Let's decode our own session string. What are we expecting to see? Remember, our payload, the data that was going to be used to generate this token, it was for now cookie. Okay, paste here. As you can see, first of all, this doesn't break. We've got the red part, and in our case, we've got a very long purple part or colored part, and we've got a light one. Let's see what information is this. Check here, guys. ID is number 11. Okay, exactly what we did. And this part, it's this one. What is the name? We've got the name. It's now cookie. This looks like what we created. What was the email? The email is now@gmail.com. What is the password? The password is, obviously, it's a hashed password. The only thing that we didn't create, okay, is the issue at string, which is it comes automatically. Okay, issue at, this is when this was issued. When is it going to expire? I think based on the session that I've created, I think it takes 60 minutes times 2, which makes it an hour. Okay, at this point in time, this is not that much important. Okay, I am banning the concept in your brain here first so that you can understand what's going on. Maybe when you are an advanced user, you can go there and make some changes into my own code. Okay, because the code that is there, it's not there as, what can I say, as a template. It's something that you can edit, guys, more especially when you understand it. Okay, so we have just managed to create a session, okay, or a JSON web token. As you can see here, is it so this token, whenever somebody logs in, automatically our code needs to detect this token and grant the access based on the token. And that is the story of the JSON web token. If it has never been explained to you, you were also confused like me, now you know. Maybe you might not know how to create it. Met component as my library will handle that. But when you want to know how it does things, you can follow all those definitions and see how it does things. And that's it. JSON web token. Now, let's go back. Now that we know we've got this token, that means now when this guy logs into dashboard can some sort of use this token to know if this guy is the one that is logged in. I hope you do get the idea. Okay, so let's go back where now. Let's go back here. Okay, now this is just for your own information. Okay, let's click here and get into definition. Okay, this is where I'm creating the token. Okay, but I have got another function, okay, which is create session, which is the one that actually generates the token. Okay, remember, this one returns a response. Okay, this one returns a response. As you can see, it returns a response. Cool. However, at the moment, my function, let me show you here, my function, the typing of it, okay, it returns a promise of next response. Okay, cool. What does that mean? It means that as long as it's returning a promise, this typing is not right. It works, but the typing is not perfect. Okay, this is supposed to return a response, not a promise of next response. So what did I forget here? Remember, I told you you need to await a lot of things in a server. Now let's check what is the response. It's a next response directly. I hope you get that one. So let me just save here. So even though everything worked, but we were supposed to await this. Okay, let's go back to here. Okay, so I'm using this create session. Let's go to this create session. Okay, as you can see, here is the create session function that I have created. Okay, it takes a JSON web token payload. Okay, const token, as you can see, it awaits sign JWT. Where is it getting that from? It's getting it from a library called JAWS. Okay, this just create a JSON web token. Okay, obviously, as a, let's say, a YouTube student, okay, you never got somebody who created a library and they are building that library with you. Okay, and they are taking you through the files, the behind the scene, just to show you the possibilities. I'm not expecting you to change this, or at least for now, but I'm just giving you the possibilities. I'm opening a new world for you to see that these libraries are being built by a guy like you and like me. Okay, but it's a pity that most guys, they don't, I'm not sure, maybe they are bigger than who I am, so they don't take you through their own intelligence and what they do. And I think, guys, we are just done with signing up the JSON web token. Okay, so what I'm noticing is that this is still not functional. Okay, even in this what can I say, even in this version, maybe I didn't save the changes that I did. Okay, so what does that mean? This means that when there is an error, this disappears. I don't want that. There must be another icon here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause this video. I'm just going to roll another version of Met component, which is going to be version number 2.7, because at the moment we are on number 2.6. So my apologies for fixing my own library with you. Okay, but at the same time, I was just hoping to show you the possibilities. Okay, is it possible that you can learn React from YouTube just like me, and also create your own library and share it publicly and help other people? The reason why I'm doing this, I want to show you that it is possible. So as I promised, let me just fix this, guys. Okay, I just need to publish another version, and that's it, so that when there is an error, it shows something else. So guys, as much as I'm teaching you, you are also helping me to refine my own library. So let me just pause the video, and then we'll continue from there when this is working. I want us to be on the same page. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. So let's go back to where we are. As you can see, guys, at this point in time, at this point in time, let me just type this and type this. Let me just, do I want to register? Not really. So okay, there's no need for me to test this. Let me just show you that last time we were on 2.6 and now we are on 2.7. All right, let's wait for this. Suppose this changes to 27. It means that now we are on 27, as you can see. So I'm not going to uninstall and install met component again. What I'm going to do, I hope that will do what I want. Okay, let's see. I will test it. Okay, let's see if I can go to the packages. Let's see if I can go to the packages, or let me test it this way. This met form has got an indicator. Okay, this met form. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, as you can see, we still have the token here. Okay, this met form has got an indicator. Okay, let's see, that indicates when there is an error. Okay, as you can see now, it's not here. Okay, because we are still on 0.26. Okay, cool. Now let's make sure that it's there. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my register. Okay, to my register, and then on met component I am going to put indicator there. Okay, so that means I am telling this system that I want indicator there. Okay, now the indicator is here, guys. Okay, why this indicator is here? Simply because we've got an error. Once you remove all the errors, this will show up. Okay, it looks like to me this is working without even me making some adjustments. Okay, so it looks like I'm not sure what confused me into thinking that it's misbehaving, but let's just test it for the last time. Okay, everything works well because there's a tick. Okay, everything works well. It's telling you that you can go and create this. Okay, but if there's an error, as you can see, it changes. Okay, but anyway, let's just get into version 2.7 just for in case, just for us to be on the same page. So if you want, let's see, if you want, you can do this. Go to packages, go to met component, you can change this to 7. Okay, and then you can run npmi or install. That means it's going to install all the packages according to this version. Okay, but if maybe there's something that is breaking, just remove met components and install it again, and that is it. Okay, so guys, I think our form, it's working well, and the met form works well, as you can see, guys. Okay, it shows when there's an error. It indicates, let's see, are we recording? Yes, so it indicates when there's an error, and when you are good to go, it also indicates. What if you want to remove this? You just remove that indicate. Okay, now guys, let's dive deep into my intelligence. When I'm saying my intelligence, I don't really mean me being special or being the mega brain, meaning that the mega brain, it just means that to my solutions. Okay, debugging form, it's not easy. Okay, React hook form gives us a way to debug forms. Okay, so I've integrated that with met component. Okay, so what if you want to know, let's say your, what can I say, your form, when you are clicking here, for some reason it doesn't show the error and it doesn't continue as well. Okay, it doesn't behave like as intended. Let me show you an example where your form might give you problem. Let's say for some reason in your validation, where is my okay, my apologies about that. Let me go to my register. Okay, I'm already here on register. Let me click this. Okay, this is package. Where is my register? Okay, this is where I am. Okay, let's say on your validation, where is my validation? Where is my Zod? On your validation, you've got let's say fake. Okay, you've got a field called fake. It's Zod and it's required. Zod.string. Zod.string. Looks like I don't type the right thing. Zod.string, and it's dot minimum. Okay, minimum of 1. That means it's required. Okay, let's say fake required. All right, and let's put a comma here. So meaning that we've got this field that is not in mi on register. Yes, we've got this field that is not in here. Okay, so can you guess what will happen? Okay, so when you click here, this will tell you that you've got some errors. You fix them, this doesn't change. You fix this, you fix this, you fix this, you fix everything, but this doesn't change. When you click, this doesn't go. Why? Simply because you've got a field that is in your validation, but it's not on the form. So you will get stuck, okay, as you can see. So now, how can you debug this? Okay, let's just dive deep into my solutions. You can, in this form, pass some sort of a prop, which is watch errors. Okay, but it's not, yeah, it's watch errors. I think I've written it that way. Okay, let's just go back here. Okay, as I told you guys, building a library, believe me, it's got a lot of things. Okay, so it's easy to forget it. As you can see, guys, watch errors. Check what will happen when in your met component you've got watch errors. This is telling you that you need fake is required. That's why this is not continuing. Okay, now you'll remember, oh, I've got fake there and. Okay, cool. Enough about this. This shows you the errors. Okay, as you can see, name is required. So as you make some errors, these errors will be here. Okay, now why my form is ugly like this, I am thinking I've got a height here, a definite height. So when you are busy debugging, okay, like this, you might as well go to your met form and don't give it a definite height. Okay, let's say height, let's make it fit. Okay, just for clarity and other things, as you can see, guys. So now everything works well. You can work on your form. Don't give it a definite height. It will tell you that these are the errors. So as you fix them, the errors are gone. As you fix the email, okay, all the errors are gone, but your form is not continuing. It will be because fake is required. So you can come here and be like, oh, I've got fake here and I don't want that. You can come and remove fake on your validation, and then let's make an error and fix it. It's still saying fake is required. Okay, simply because we need to refresh. Okay, so as you can see, now there's nothing. The errors that are here, it's only 3. It's the name, the email, and the password. Okay, I have made use of what can I say, I have made use of React hook form feature, but I have decided to integrate this here. Remember, I told you I wanted to solve my problems. Okay, I was like, I'm a developer, there are problems that I'm encountering time and again. I can't continue living my life like this as if I don't see here is the problem right in front of me. So the reason why I disappeared, I think I had some sort of a lot of time without. Okay, this was 11 days ago. As you can see, this is a Figma project. Okay, so I think to upload a code related video, it was like 2 weeks. So I've been quiet for 2 weeks. Okay, so I was trying to solve these problems. So this doesn't end here, guys. Okay, what if you want to see the fields? Okay, to see the field, you want to watch the values. You can also pass another prop here on your met component. Okay, which is, let's just put both of these together, which is watch values. Okay, so now this is form debugging. Okay, I don't want you to be lost. I want you to be intact. You must know what's going on. I wanted to make forms like creating a McDonald's meal. Okay, it must be systematized, it must be quick to do. Okay, it must not be a burden on your shoulder. Okay, so as I am typing here, check what's going on. These are the values. This is telling me that as you are typing, this is what you are typing. You have typed mmm here, you have typed this test.email here, and you have typed password here. Is that correct? Yes. Is there any error? Let's see. Okay, here is the error, password required. Okay, when you are done with that, you can go to your met component. Let's just click undo up until I'm left with this height. This is where I was. My apologies about that. And then let's go back here. Okay, why this is still here, whereas I have removed it. Okay, maybe I have not. Let's go back here and just, where is met component? Okay, I want the indicator and I want this. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are done. Okay, this doesn't end here. Okay, I'm going to show you that this library is powerful, guys. Okay, obviously don't take my word, check it. Okay, in one of the problems that I have been solving, which app can I check that enables me to use an image input? Okay, I just want to show you how I did things. Let me go here. Can't I edit my own profile? Okay, profile settings. Yes, I think I can edit my own profile here. So I want to change the image. Let's say I'm going to show you I am going to show you, this is still loading. While it's loading, guys, okay, my phone is ringing. Okay, let me be honest. Let me quickly take it. Maybe even you can hear it now, so I'm just going to pause it and take that. My apologies about that. Hey guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay, so let's check here, guys. I'm hoping there will be an option for me here to change the profile picture. Okay, so as you can see, this is the state of affairs now in terms of the image input. I'm assuming this is Udemy and it's the biggest platform, so if they can't do better than this, then let's say this is the state of affairs. Okay, obviously it might happen. I don't know much about other libraries that have got a better image input than this one, but for now, let's just say for Udemy, this is what they can do. Okay, this is showing you an image that is already there. Okay, so let's just try to upload an image here. Okay, I'm not sure. I hope it's not going to give me an option to save it. Okay, I hope it's not going to give me an option to save it, because I don't want to save this. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it's processing and it's showing me this. So I don't want to save it. Okay, so this is the state of affairs. So I want to show you the image component that I have some sort of planned and crafted and created, since I didn't like this way. Okay, let's see, how do I go back without saving? Let's click here. So I hope the changes were not saved. Let's see. Yes, okay, the changes were not saved. So when you come here, guys, so this is the state of affairs. So ignore the top part, this one, okay, because this is coming from the database. Okay, it's not part of the image component. So the image input, here is it. No file selected, upload an image. Okay, maybe some other guys have got a better one, but this is where we are. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this build further. Okay, what if maybe we want an image profile for this? Okay, the reason why I'm showing you this, okay, I want us to also upload the image as we are uploading the register. Number one, I want to show you the flexibility of the met form. Okay, remember, met component, it's a combination of standalone packages or solutions. Okay, so inside it there is met form. In the future, I might extract this library to be a standalone so that it can be a met form. Okay, so I hope you understand that one. So hence I'm saying met component, it's just tools, or it's a toolbox for Matthew. So the met form comes with a piece of solution that can be a standalone as well. I hope now you see why I am confused with my own library. It's a lot of things going on, guys, and at the moment I must agree it's somewhat half chaos. I don't have it figured it out, okay, all of it, okay, more especially the components that are inside. It's a lot. So what I want us to do, I want to show you the flexibility of the met form inside met component, and it features another input something that can be a package on its own, which is the met image. Okay, so let's add an image in our interface. I'm going to show you how easy it is and how beautiful it is. I would like to believe I did something better than only this. Okay, but you will judge for yourself. If you find my met image better, please guys, give me a like and a subscribe and just comment below. So let's get into it without talking too much. So I've got a hook here. Okay, to be honest, I don't know the name of the hook. Okay, I will just have to fiddle until I find it. Okay, so where is am I on register? Yes. Where can I declare a hook or create a hook? Here. Okay, let me do this here. So as you know by now, I'm not a fan of memorizing things. I really don't, guys. Even in this library, even though I created it, I still forget things. So what I do, I rely on IntelliSense first. What is it? Let's say, suppose it's met first. Let's see. Okay, that's why I always put met here. It's not met image card. I think this is deprecated. Okay, I think I'm no longer using this. Let's say met image. It's not image card. Met image. Suppose it's met image src. It's a hook. It's a hook that I created. Met image src. Okay, let me search it. Let me search it on the entire application. Find files. Okay, let me just type image src. Do we have such? Oh, okay, it's a hook, guys. My apologies. Okay, I forgot. It's use image src. Okay, I told you I forgot it. Okay, but I know it has got something to do with met src. Okay, so my apologies about that. Let's do it like this. Use use image src. Okay, I can't even remember why I named it like this. Okay, excuse me. Okay, one of the challenges of creating a library, it's in fact in coding in general, naming things, believe me, it's complicated. Okay, so sorry about that. So let's continue. Maybe I need to take a water break. Let me just drink a glass of water, guys. Okay, so as you can see, it's a hook. It's use image src. Okay, thank you so much for waiting for me. Let's continue. So inside here also I've got components that I forgot about. So I'm just going to type met. I've got met image file, comma, I've got met. Is the other one met? It looks like the other one is not met. It has got display. Okay, it's image display. Okay, so the idea here is, okay, let me show you first how it works in when you are only using one image. I will show you what I have done for multiple images. Okay, remember, you are not going to only have one image. Maybe you might have two images at the same time. That one, let me explain it at least after this, showing you how this one works. Okay, so the idea is here. Okay, by default I have a component that shows you, okay, that shows you the preview of what you have selected. So that's why I've got two components. Okay, the first one, it's this image input. Okay, this one for clicking on it and uploading the image. The second one comes with this one as a twin, okay, or a corresponding displayer. Okay, so that's the case. So what we are going to do first, we are going to use the met image file. Okay, it must be inside the met component. So for now, let's check on the form. Where can we put it? For now, let's put it under this one. Okay, under password. Where is password? If this is password, then we can put it here. Okay, it's a self-closing component. Okay, so what it needs the name. Okay, remember guys, this has not been registered in the validator. So the React hook form, or the form aspect of the ecosystem knows nothing about this component, we will need to link it. I hope you get that one. So it needs a name, guys. Okay, needs a name. Let's call it a profile image. Okay, profile image. Okay, it needs a name. And then what else? It looks like it can take a name. Okay, let's just save and see. Okay, what's there? Isn't this going to refresh? Here is a met image, guys. Okay, here is the met image. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, let's see. I wonder why there is this. How can I solve this problem? Let's see. On the met image, does it take a class name? Looks like it can. Let's change margin bottom MB. Let's make it 4 maybe. I'm trying to push whatever that is. That's it. Okay, cool. Remember, guys, we have a fixed width. Okay, height. Let's go and change it. Okay, we don't really want a fixed height. Where is met? Okay, let's just type here fit so that we don't have a fixed height. As you can see, guys, beautiful. Okay, I don't think now we need the margin bottom. I think it was made by that fixed height. Okay, so we can go to met image and just remove it. I think things will still look fine. Let's see. Okay, I'm happy with this. Makes sense to me. Okay, so guys, I have got a met image. Okay, let me try to make the width of it to be more or less like this. Okay, this is the met image. Okay, as you can see, it's different from this one. Okay, my apologies about that. Okay, and also it has got this icon. Okay, and what can I say, the hover effect. Okay, obviously at this point in time you can't customize it much. Maybe I will allow the customization when it's a standalone package, something that you can install alone. Okay, now let's see, can't I make the width of this full? Let's see, so that it can be full. Looks like I'm struggling with that. Not a problem for now. Let's let's make it 200 pixels. Okay, let's see if it doesn't change. That's not much of a problem. Okay, there's a lot to take care of in these library things. Okay, such that some other things you just leave them as they are, more especially if they don't matter that much. So as you can see, guys, step number 1, this is your image component. You can click here and select an image. Check here, guys. So the image is here for you as a preview, something that I don't think it's available in some other guys. So this is what they have, and I was like, this is ugly, I don't like it. Let me create this one. Let's just check, are we rolling? Yes. Okay, we're rolling. Okay, cool. Now where I am, I am in a different tab. Okay, let's go back to this one. So as you can see, guys, you can have some sort of an idea of the image that is there. This is an inbuilt preview. Okay, I have thought of it and I was like, for me, I will be happy if there could be such a component. Okay, so you can still see. And then I asked myself, what if maybe I could want a big display? Okay, a big display that won't be here. Maybe I will place it somewhere here on the corner here, so whenever I click an image, I want to view it here. Let me introduce you to another component that goes hand in hand with this one, and that is, I keep on forgetting them. I think it's image display, or where is it? Where is that hook? It's image display. Okay, let's go back here, right on top of it, let's say, but you can put it anywhere, guys. Okay, you can put it anywhere, I think so. Let's see. Okay, component self-closing tag. Okay, it's complaining it needs the name. Okay, let's make the name. Okay, let's make the name met. Okay, let's go back and see. Obviously there will be some errors in a way because the name is not supposed to be met. Okay, let's go back here. Let's say we are taking this profile. As you can see, these guys don't communicate, guys. It looks like they don't communicate. They don't. Okay. Now, why they don't communicate? Okay. Remember, you need to link these guys. Okay. This image display, it's a standalone display. It needs to know where is getting the source from. Okay. So it's very important. You always, this name needs to be the one that is here, so that you know that this display is for this image input. Okay, so let's go back here. Now, as you can see, guys, okay, you can see it here. Okay, let's change it. Okay, guys, this is awesome. Okay, obviously I allow a room for you to some sort of think different. Okay, but to me this is awesome. Let's say let's see what do I want to do. Now I don't remember if, what if this is empty? Is this going to be here? Oh, I remember, it's going to be here. Okay, I didn't like the idea of things disappearing, the form increasing and decreasing, because these keep on showing up and not showing up. So I think this will always be visible. So obviously, guys, this is not going to be always here. Let's say for some reason I want this profile to be at the top here. Okay, just for making things nice. Okay, so I can take this and move it and go to where? On top, right here. Okay, in case you are asking, okay, let's clean this up, guys. I just want to show you something. Okay, how awesome this is. Format document. Okay, let's see, where is my met form starting? Okay, it starts from, where is the met component? It starts from here. Based on how Prettier formats things, okay, it takes this line and makes it some sort of multiple lines. Okay, if we want, we can scratch this to be one line. Okay, doesn't have to be this long. So let's take as if this is line number 1, because we can, line number 2, because we can, line number 3, line number 4, and line number 5. Okay, line number 6, the loading, line number 7, this can be one line, line number 8, and line number 9. So this can be condensed into plus minus 10 lines. This is a form, guys. Okay, look at the ShadCn form. Okay, it has got only an input, guys. Okay, it only has got an input. Okay, check here. Let's see what ShadCn has to offer in this form game. I believe I'm not sure, maybe I'm overrating myself. Okay, when it comes to this form, I have butchered these guys. Okay, but obviously, maybe I'm not sure, maybe because of I'm a small YouTuber, maybe I don't deserve that credit. Okay, I will accept that. But check here, guys, let's check the ShadCn form. This is what inspired me to create a met form, or the met component library as a whole. Where's the form? Okay, I was struggling with React Hook form, learning it, trying to understand how it works. It was complicated, but when I got it, I was like, some other guys also need to get the taste of my hard work. Okay, so that's the idea behind met components and met forms. Okay, check here, guys. Let's see. Okay, this form has got one field. This is just an example. Okay, it has got a form item. Where is that item? Okay, so here you can put your field. So there is no field here. Okay, at this point in time, there is no input, there is nothing, guys. Okay, but how many lines? 1, 2, 3. Maybe some other things can be condensed, 4, but this is a lot of line, more than 10. Okay, example they are showing you here. Let's go to a form that some sort of an example of a working form. Okay, an example of a working form. I think it's supposed to be this one. Okay, where is an example? Here is the form, guys. It just has got one input and a button. Okay, as you can see, that's what it does. Let's check the form, where the form starts. The form starts here. Okay, okay, 1, 2, 3. Form starts here. Okay, let's just count the lines. This can be one line. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 14, 15, 16. Okay, as you can see, this is plus minus almost like 16 lines. Okay, it's only one component. When you want to add another component, let's start where form item starts. I think form field start. You still have another what? 1, 2, 3, another plus minus 15. Okay, which is 30. Okay, so that's the idea, guys. I hope you do get the idea behind met components. For me, I've got plus minus 15 lines, and look at how not necessarily complicated, but this form has got a lot of things. Okay, it has got a lot of things. It has got icons. It has got, so enough about that and me bragging and telling you guys whatever, you know. Sometimes I like listening to myself talking about myself. Okay, I remembered a video that I saw by Snoop. He said, I think it's on social media, I think you will relate to this, guys. Please allow me to share it. He said, first of all, I would like to thank me. Okay, so I think I was in that moment. Okay, I just wanted to thank myself a little bit. Jokes aside, enough about that. Let's take this to the top. It was supposed to be at the top. I don't know why it's not there, but that's not the train smash. Let's see what we can do. Image display, you are here. I don't want you to be here. I would like you to be here. Okay, let's pick up the pace a little bit, guys. Okay, obviously everything has restarted. I don't have a problem about that. So as you can see, guys, okay, I don't like this. I think this is 250. Let's make the width to be exactly like this one. Okay, let's see, guys. What was the width of the image? Where is it first? Okay, let's take this class name. Okay, only the width is 250. Let's go back here and let's make the width 250. I'm happy with this. Boom. Okay, you've got a form that have got an image functionality. So when you take an image, no matter, it doesn't matter the image is, as you can see, guys. So this image component for now, okay, it doesn't center things. Okay, it doesn't center the image. Okay, it displays it from top left. Okay, this is something that I can always change and see what I can do. Okay, I don't think I have given an option to override that here. Okay, but that's not that much important. Maybe if you might want at least to want it to show a little bit, you can work on your height as well. Okay, let's say for some reason we want to make our own height 250. I think I'm spending much time on this image thing. As you can see, guys, things can work very well. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Let's see if we can change. Okay, check here, guys. Okay, I truly believe, okay, but I'm not sure. I truly believe this image component, it has got nothing to do with this. Okay, based on my intention and why I created the component. I remember I wanted to even put this image display somewhere here in the top corner. Okay, so I truly believe when I was creating it, I didn't some sort of attached it to the whole context. It doesn't have to be a direct child of the met form. Let's test it, guys. Okay, why are we going to test it? To be honest, I forgot. Okay, it's been a while since I've been coding this. Okay, let's see. As you can see, guys, it exists outside the scope of the form. Let's say for some reason Matthew decides he want to make this absolute. Okay, let's say absolute, and maybe I want to make it 100. Let's say, okay, 100. Okay, I just want to show you the flexibility of this. Make it absolute and make a top of not top, a top of, let's say, a top of 20 and the left of 20. Okay, let's say. All right, let's see. Check here, guys. Okay, so this is what I had in mind. Okay, exactly, this is my vision. Okay, this is what I had in mind. Okay, I wanted to put this wherever I want to. Okay, beautiful. Okay, don't forget, guys, if you like the content like this, please hit that subscribe button. Now enough about bragging about myself. Okay, Now let's get into business. Now that we've got this, what's the first thing that we need to do? The React hook form, okay, the underlying engine or the guru behind whatever that we are doing, okay, is not aware of this. So meaning that it doesn't validate it. It doesn't exist at all. Okay, as you can see, we can validate this. This doesn't exist. Okay, I apologize about that. So what we can do, we know that now the names are important. So let's take this name and make it a field here. What we are trying to do, we want to save the profile images. So let's go back here. We still have fake. Okay, maybe my undo, with my undo, I didn't change it. Okay, so for now, let me just type here z.string. Okay, z.string. Okay, what I'm going to do, let me put comma here. I am going to reveal errors as they occur. Why am I going to do that? I want us to learn. Okay, imagine if I can, what can I say, take care of all of the errors without you even noticing if there was an error, or you are going to idealize me. Okay, you are going to think of me as some sort of a genius. Believe me. Okay, you will be like, hey, this guy can write a clean code. No, this is practice. Okay, it's like the magician. Okay, as YouTube coders, we rehearse these things. Okay, we practice, and get into the show, ta-da, and we act like we've got some superpowers. And guys, this is something that I did before. Okay, obviously I've not necessarily I've got a poor memory, but I don't like to memorize these things. Okay, hence if I have to go to ChatGPT, I do that. Okay, so I'm saying let's fix the errors so that you can learn, okay, as they come. So this is not a string. Okay, in the profile image, looks like there's a spelling mistake here. Okay, profile image. Okay, profile image, profile pic or profile image. Let's use image, profile image, meaning that I have to change this consistently, so that it can be consistent before I forget. Okay, and also change it here. Okay, my apologies about that. So guys, if you want to have two of these input, okay, you just put two of these and then make sure this name corresponds to this display and the other one corresponds to the other one. I'm not going to show off that one. Okay, something that you can test it yourself. Okay, let's continue. So I was saying this is not a string. Okay, this is a file. We are going to put a file here. So I'm trying to say this is a code smell. Something might go wrong. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, because I want you to learn. And then now the validation is aware of the image. Okay, so what I can do also on Met, now this is where the debugging becomes important. I can watch errors. Okay, I want to watch all the errors that I have. Okay, this is still empty. Okay, let's see. Fake required, I am not sure. I think I've deleted fake. Okay, as you can see, there's no error here. Let's register. Let's see how many errors do we have. We've got the name, I'm aware of it. We've got the profile image now. Okay, that means this guy is aware of the profile image. Okay, so let's just solve the errors one by one as we encounter them. Now we've got the profile image. Okay, now let's assign an image. Okay, looks like we've got another error instead. Okay, expected string received object. Okay, who is expecting the string? It's the Zod. Okay, the Zod, okay, which is going to be used by React hook form. The Zod, it's expecting a string and it received an object, because an object, it's a file. Okay, so let's change this. Let's see, does Zod has a file type? Let's say this one. I'm just testing. Okay, just to see what's there. Okay, as you can see guys, it doesn't have an object. Obviously it might happen. I don't know how to do it the other way besides the way that I'm going to show you. Okay, I've got my own way, but I don't want to, I'm not sure, to say it doesn't have. Okay, it might happen there is a way to validate for a file in Zod besides how I know it. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of options here. Okay, we are not going to get there. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to validate for a file using a, let's say, a special function that Zod gives you to do your own custom validations. Let's say we are validating for string here. It's just your basics. Okay, what if I want to validate age? It must not be more than 30. It must not be negative. It must not be. So as you can see, now I'm starting to be some sort of a detailed, I've got some details now, as you can see. So Zod can allow you to do that. So for me, I am going to validate the file using that custom method. I hope you get that one. So how are we going to do it? We can't say this is a string, okay, because it's not a string, it's a file. So let's do this, guys. Let's accept any type here. And then when we are done accepting anything, and then we are going to validate, is this anything conforming to our own rules? Okay, so let's do that. So let's say Zod Z. Do I have .n here? Yes, let's make it an object. Yes, as you can see, guys. So if we can put this comma here, everything works well. So that means this can take any. Okay, so let's check here. If I'm not sure. Obviously, since now I have changed it to any, so this was not a problem. So that's why it continued, because I was going to ask myself why it continues now. I remember after I added any, this refreshed and we're able to continue. So it's not an error. I was like, there's an error here. Okay, so guys, it has showed us that if you've got any here, it will work. So let's see some errors. Okay, since now we've got any, as you can see, React Hook Form or Zod doesn't really complain about the image. Okay, it looks like it doesn't care about it. Okay, so let's force it to care about it. So now that we've got any, we need to use a method called refine. Let's type here .refine. Okay, in simple terms, with refine, am I correct? Yes, you can take some sort of an anonymous function here. Okay, it looks like to me, and return true, and this will work. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, we've got, let's say, a function that receives another function, anonymous function. This is an anonymous function. Okay, the anonymous function that it's consuming, it needs to return, let's say, true or false. Why true or false? If you are validating, guys, you are asking question. Is this a string? Is this a number? Is this, as you can see, guys, we are expecting true or false. Okay, obviously, as human beings, we like excuses. Sometimes we are lazy, and when we are being asked, did you do it or not, we answer with a paragraph. Okay, that's not needed here. Matthew, did you do this? No, you know, it was raining. Matthew, did you do it? You know, everybody failed in a class. Matthew, did you do your homework? Okay, so as you can see, the idea of true or false, it's like it conforms or it aligns with validation. Okay, so this is a function that returns true. If we want, we can ask questions here that will result to true or false. Let's ask, okay, let's say 3, is it the same as another 3? That's true. So this will throw an error because 3 is equal to, remember, we are looking for errors here. It will throw an error when 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we can make some conditions here. Okay, this is just one line. If you want to do multiple lines, you can use this. Okay, as long as you are going to return a boolean. Okay, now that we know about that, we don't want to make plus 1 plus 1 and 3 plus 3. We are not in preschool here or kindergarten, or, you know, we are serious. Okay, we are solving these problems to survive. Okay, I hope you also do that. Okay, so let's get into the thing. So I can receive something here, and whatever that I'm receiving, it's going to be the file, the value that when this input has been used, the file input or the file input, okay, but to me it's strictly an image input. Okay, I've made some tweaks so that it can only take images. So the file input, it will receive that file. I can catch that file here. Let's give this a name of file. Okay, in fact, we can be specific. We can say selected image. Okay, image. Then somebody might ask, Matthew, why are you trying to be detailed unnecessarily? Tomorrow somebody might look at this code. I want them to get a context. When I'm done, I'm going to push this code to GitHub, and I'm going to give you a link. I want you to understand what's going on here. So if I can what can I say, if I can take care a little bit, it will go a long way. So I am receiving that image that is here. And then my validation could be, is this image, let's say image. Okay, image is image. This is true because there is data here in the image. So this result to true. I hope you get the idea. Now let's ask a question. First of all, I want to ask, let's just put the question in plain English. I want to ask, is this image an instance of a file? That's what I want to ask. How am I going to do it? To be honest, I'm not the guy who memorized syntax. Okay, let's rely on Visual Studio Code to assist us. How am I going to do that? Let's see, instance of. Okay, since we are dealing with types, I think I need to put this here. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, of, let's say, file. File has not corresponding closing tag. How do you use instance of? Okay, cool. Let me try this. Okay, this is field link. Okay, can I put the actual content that I want to validate and type dot instance of? Is that available? The instance of. Okay, let them try. How do I use instance of? Okay, let's try this. Let's see. Can't it? Maybe it's a method that takes something. Let's say instance of string. I think I have to ask string is on refers to a type but is being used as a value. Oh, okay. It looks like I need to pass a value here. Okay, which I need to pass a value here, which is an instance of a string. The right hand side of an instance of expression must be either any or what. Now I think I'm getting some clues. Okay, meaning that I need the right hand. Okay, guys, if it was me alone, I was not creating a tutorial. I was going to fiddle with this until I figured it out. I like to do things that way, but obviously I respect your time. I was just showing you that this is how I navigate through things. Okay, but let's just go here. Okay, let's say test with instance of. Believe me, it's in what? Let's say in JavaScript. Okay, believe me, it's not that complicated. It's not like, what can I say, a big code. It's just like a small thing, and then when we get it, we will continue. Console.log my dog instance of dog. Okay, as you can see, I was making a lot of mistakes here, but this is how it is. So the only thing that I was supposed to do, it looks like to me, let's see, let me type string. String on a refer to it type. So instance of this file. Okay, let's go back here. I apologize about that. So we've got class. Okay, please compare types. Please compare types. This is types. Like in Typescript. I want to know if the value is of, I want to know if the value is of, let's say, type boolean. Okay, let me just say type file. Okay, so you will see, guys, ChatGPT, it's very clever. It will show us exactly, okay, the value is file, function is file, the value unknown. Okay, return value instance of file. Okay, I think this is what I was trying to do. Okay, which is image instance of file. Okay, so for now, let's say or maybe, let's see, this is the value instance of string. Okay, maybe one of the other things that we need to do, let's try to surround this with curly braces so that we can be a little bit neat. Okay, so I've got this guy that I want to test. Is it an instance of file? This guy. Okay, I want to test, is this guy instance of file? String only refer to a type, but is used as a value. Okay, let's go back here. My apologies, guys. Let's see. This is value instance of file. So let's see, what is this guy passing here? If some value, okay, and this some value, it's a file. Okay, let's see, value instance of, okay, cool, let's do this, guys. Okay, maybe I need to accept the defeat. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT to help me with this as it is. Okay, looks like it's working. Why it was not working before? I think my computer is too slow. Okay, I know that. Okay, so if there's an error, it takes time to fix the error. Okay, I need to do something about it. Okay, my apologies about everything, guys. A little bit of delay. I hope also you have learned something. Okay, behind the scene, this is how we fiddle. Maybe some other developers know, but me, this is what I do. Okay, sometimes I talk to myself when I'm alone, you know, trying to get things done or get to where I was. Okay, so now I think I'm going to learn and memorize this. Okay, this is the image. I'm asking, is it instance of file? If that is true, which is going to trigger an error when it's an instance of file, which means I have to change this logic, it looks like to me. But for now, let's just test if something is working. Okay, for now, let's just test. Let's see. Okay, my apologies about that. Type here, as you can see. My apologies about this. As you can see, we need an input. The input is invalid. Okay, let's check. Okay, it's going to be instance of file. What will happen? Okay, it looks like when it's an instance of file, it's taking it. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Okay, I think I was wrong by changing the logic a little bit. Okay, because now I was thinking of reversing this logic, but let's just go through it to see if we understand exactly what's going on here. Okay, we've got a file here. We are going to receive this file as any. We are going to use the refine method. Okay, refine method. We are going to receive the file as it is. We want to know, is the file, is the image, the one that we have received as any, is it an instance of file? Okay, if this is true, what will happen? Okay, to me, in terms of refine, for instance, let's make this wrong. Is it an instance of string? Okay, string refers to a type. What it's, oh, okay. Let's put a value this side. Let's put a value this side. Let me try to put a value, not a, the right hand side of the instance expression must be either a type any or, this is quite some sort of, not necessarily confusing, but I want to understand this. Okay, let's type file here. Okay, file works very well. And let's say I want to understand this logic. Okay, or for now, maybe for the sake of tutorial, I will understand it on my own. Let's see. Let me save it. It's not correct. Let's click here. Now everything works. Okay guys, I will deal with this logic later, but I would like to explain this with clarity. Remember, I am a teacher, so maybe that's why this is interesting to me. Maybe to you, obviously, we can just rush, okay? But I will have to deal with it. When do you throw an error? Okay, let's see if true. Sorry about that. If I can substitute this with true, what will happen? Refine. Okay, let's see what will refine do. Okay. Oh, now I see. Okay, now I see, guys. Okay, now I've identified my mistake. If it's true, it doesn't throw an error. As you can see, there is no yes, there's no image. Let's say, what if it's false? I'm very close to understanding it the way. False. Cannot find the name. False is not supposed to be a name, man. False. Okay, as you can see, guys, my system takes time to change things. I think also that's what is confusing me a little bit. But let's check false. What if this will return false from the get-go? Okay, so if it's false, as you can see, it returns something. Okay, so if it's true, it doesn't return. Now I understand why this works. Okay, I understand now why this works. As you can see, it checks this image. Is this image instance of file? If it's file, it will assign true. True means okay, let's go. As soon as this becomes false, then it will indicate to us that is false. Okay guys, we can continue. Okay, and then now that we are done with this, guys, let's test it for the last time. Yes, we want the file, and then is this going to disappear? Cool, at least now we understand what's going on. Okay, so in this refine method, and then let's continue, guys. Okay, now that we are done, we want to take this to the back end, right? Because we want to take the profile image to the back end. Okay, cool. Now let's discuss about important things when it comes to, let me open Postman here. Okay, Postman is just a piece of software that helps you with API calls. Let me just give you a background. Okay, here we are doing front end, as you can see. Okay, struggling with the front end things. Okay, this part of our code, the API part, where is it? This part. Okay, this part, it's in a server and it can be called by any application. Okay, this endpoint can be called by an app of our application, let's say a React Native app or an Android app or whatever. It can be called by that app. It sits on a server and it responds. So it doesn't have to be tied to the application that we are creating. I hope you see that one. So there is Postman here. Postman, it's used to test the APIs. Okay, but now I'm not opening it for that. Okay, I just want to show you what type of data do you send to a server and why. Let's say we are hitting a certain endpoint. Okay, check what are the options that Postman has in terms of the body, which is the content that you are sending there. This will prepare you for the next step. Body. So when you are sending data to a server, you can send it as none. That means you are sending nothing, I would like to assume. But you can also send it as a form data. A form data, as you know, in HTML form, it can take a file. Okay, if you want, you can send this format. Okay, x www form whatever, but it just means that you are going to send the key value pairs. Okay, you can send a raw data. Maybe you're going to type something here. Okay, let's say for some reason you want to send a code. Let's say, I'm not sure if that's possible, but this is raw data. You can also send a binary, okay, which is you can select a file. Okay, that means a binary is just a file. It looks like I'm not sure about this GraphQL. Is it a feature of this API application or what? But I think now you've got the point. You can send some strings, you can send some form data. If you are going to deal with files, send it as a form data. Okay, unless maybe in your own way, in your own server, you want to accept a binary, but as a rule of thumb, send a form data. Cool. Let's go to our front end. Okay, on submit. Okay, we are mutating here. Let's check the type of this data. This is data. Okay, this is not form data, meaning that it's just strings. Okay, like key value pairs. It's just text. Okay, it's just text. Okay, so meaning that now we've got also a file in here. Okay, where is it? This is a file. This is not a text. So when we are sending this to the API might not understand this data, or there might be some sort of the problem, some sort of the clash. Okay, this is the confusing part about backend and API. Believe me, I struggle to get this concept right. Let me just give you an idea of what was going on. I will create a front end application, and I would like it to communicate to a PHP backend, sending this plain text. The PHP backend is expecting a form. I am sending a file inside a plain text, which is a key value pair inside an object. And then I will not understand what's going on. I ended up saying that Axios cannot communicate with a PHP server. I ended up saying that. I was convinced because I've tried everything that I could. I didn't understand why I can't pick up this data on a server. And it turned out that I was using this, let's say, to send a file. As you can see here, there is no file. Okay, this is just key value pair. You can type here name, and then you can put Matthew. Okay, this has got nothing to do with files. So if you are sending it like this, the server will treat this as strings like key and the value. It doesn't even expect a file to be here. But if you are sending it as a form data, it expects a file. So let's just do a test. Let's go to our endpoint. We're still rolling. Yes, looks like okay. So let's go to our endpoint. Okay, going to our endpoint. Where is our endpoint? Here is our endpoint. Okay, this is very important, guys. Okay, what we want to do, we want to destructure. Remember, these names, it's important we get them from the UI as they are. Where is that name? We don't have the default. We forgot something here. We've got the image, and the default image, I think it has got a possibility of undefined. Okay, it can be undefined, as you can see. So by default it must be undefined. I'm happy with that. So we've got this key that is going to be available here. Let's destructure it here. So what I want us to do, I want us to okay, I have not used it. I want us to encounter some errors and fix them, because if I can hide these errors from you, you might be stuck at some point. Okay, not understanding why I can't communicate with the server. So you need to some sort of establish the ground rules between your front end and your back end. And in most cases, whenever you're going to send a file, please use a form data. That is the basic, the standard. Okay, unless maybe somebody, a back end, decided to receive a file with a binary and. Okay, so I hope you do get that one. So what we are going to do now, can't we console log console.log, or maybe can't I respond and send a response? Okay, let's do this, guys. Let's just send a response. Okay, as soon as we receive these, let's send a response, which is going to be this image. Okay, or let's just say this. Okay, we are going to send back the image, the one that we've received. We are going to send back, let's just take the name only, guys. Okay, where there's no need for us to take everything. This is supposed to give us the name, the one that we have sent, and it give us the image. Okay, let's say if we are going to get the image from here. Okay, I want us to encounter error and fix them. Okay, errors and fix them. Okay, the name is tester. As you can see, as you can see, it's telling us we need the image. The image start with frame. Okay, let's see, are we going to see something like that? Where on the network tab? Okay, we want to know what will be received. Why it looks like I'm not in the network tab? Yes. Okay, let's send it. Register, click here. Now profile image is empty, but name has got something. Do you see? This is what made me to struggle. I think for months. Okay, I didn't know this thing. I didn't know the image is not there. We know the image is there. Then what is the problem? It's how we receive it. Okay, so let's go back here and try to receive it the other way. So in this request, okay, as much as it has got the body request.json, as you can see, it looks like to me, let's say const. Did I await? Okay, yes, I awaited. Const, let's say real. Yeah, so without a space, real image. So I'm trying to say the actual real image. We can get it from request. Let's await. Okay, remember when you're dealing with the server, always try to await things. Okay, let's see, await request, which is rec dot form data, as you can see, guys. Okay, and I think this is a method that I have to execute. Okay, let's see, what do we get here now? This is of form data. What if maybe we don't await it? Let's see what is form. As you can see, guys, it's a promise. Don't work with promises. Promises will always be empty promises. Does that make sense? But that's the case. Okay, if it's a promise, it's not something that you can work on. It's some sort of data which is wrapped with what can I say, with something that you cannot use. It's inside, deep inside a container. That container is promise. Don't work on that. So await it so that you can get the actual form data. So this is the type of a form data. So what we are going to do, by the same token, or at the same time, we're going to put the profile image, was going to be some sort of separated by the name, and we are going to pass the real image. Let's see, on the same request, where are we going to see content, on the form data or on the profile image? Let's go back and let's send it. Now we've got an error. Now obviously I need to think what might be an error, what might cause an error. Okay, guys, my apologies. Okay, my apologies. Let's see, real image has got a form data. Okay, this form data, did we send it from the UI? I don't remember us sending a form data. We have only sent that type of data that I don't know, which is some sort of an object. Okay, not only that, when you are dealing with form data, you need to tell the form data, you need to get what you want to get from the form data. So let's start with the form data. Okay, the best way to get data which has been passed as a form. Okay, let's start with the best way first. Okay, you know, we've got profile image here. So after you awaited the form data, which is this is a form data, then you need to get it Okay, I hope you get that one. First of all, this was somewhat of an obvious mistake. Okay, we are getting there, guys. I hope you are learning. So let's first get it like this. Okay, knowing very well in the front end, we didn't set things up in such a way that we are passing them as a form. So one might ask, then why do you do these test case scenarios? This is how I learn with understanding. Okay, I like to maximize my, what can I say, my errors or my error boundaries. I like to know what are the things that don't happen as much as I can, so that I can, going forward, I can stay away from them. Okay, so when you've got a chance to test something, don't run away from it. Okay, we know that we have sent the data, which is in form of an object, key and a value, string and a string, left and right, or a number, but not data. Okay, we didn't structure the form in that way, meaning that when not form data, when it's form data, it carries a file in it. Okay, so let's just push things further and test. Okay, obviously we know that as you can see, guys, okay, we are encountering some challenges. Okay, we know that we are trying to get the form data. Maybe the other thing that we can do here, let's change this form data, and let's make it a key value pair like this. Okay, make it a key value pair like this. We want to make sure that we are getting this error, okay, so that we can solve it. Okay, we know what might be the possible cause of it, but we want to be sure. Okay, where is the network? Oh, name required. Okay, let's see. As you can see, guys, now we've got one. To me, it looks like, guys, we are not winning. We have tried a lot of things. Okay, we have tried a lot of things. If we remove the real form data here, let's test, where does the error start? Does it start here, or it starts on the response? Let's go back here. Okay, let's see. Looks like it even starts here when it's trying to get the form data that is not there. Okay, let's comment this and see. Okay, we really want to know the root cause of the error. Okay, as you can see, guys, okay, it starts by us trying to get a form data that is not there. Clear. Let's see if what we are going to do will solve the problem. Are we still running? I'm happy with that. We're still running. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, we're still running. Okay, my apologies about that. Now we need to go to the UI and send this whole data as a form. Okay, let's go back to the register. We are here. Okay, where is that form data? We are here. All right, now let's create a variable here, const converted data. Okay, we are going to call a function, okay, that forms part of the met component. Let's just make sure if it's there first. Okay, I think it's convert. I don't know when it continue. Convert to form data. As you can see, where is it coming from? It's coming from met component helpers. Okay, so what is it expecting? It's expecting any type of data, any shape. Okay, but it will return it as a form data. Okay, cool. This is what makes this component library special. Okay, it's just some interesting tools, guys. Okay, whenever I see a possibility of creating something as a function, I do that and put it on met component to make my life easier. So I hope you are starting to see I'm not sure the idea of the library and why I created it. Okay, so meaning that what will come back here is the same data. Okay, but it will come as a form data. It's like what this form does, or what this let me just show you when it loops through. Okay, don't mind much about any other things. So it uses the object dot entries, okay, which is it will loop through the data. Okay, the entries of this object, key value pairs, it will extract them and then don't mind about any other thing, but it will create a new form. Here is it, a new form. It's empty. In that form it will append the keys, okay, depending on some certain what can I say, certain conditions. Don't mind about this, okay. And then when it's done doing that, appending all these, if it's a file, if it's a string, if it's a what, appending those, and then it will return this as a form data, okay, cool. And then let's go back here, so it will return to you the form data. Now let's try to pass the form data, okay. Mutate, okay, cool, I will deal with this later, okay. So let's check the type of this. This is an object, okay. Let's check the type of this. This is form data. Why is our mutate complaining? Maybe we told our mutate that we are going to receive this form of data, this structure. This is Typescript helping us. That is not the case anymore now, because we've got the file. This has to be the form data, okay. This is the type that we want. So what we can do, we can go to the declaration of this. Where is form mutation? Here is it, okay. What type are we expecting? Now this is going to be a form data, okay. And what else here? Remember, we have told the create method of the metfetch a method sorry, from the metfetch package or module, which is part of the met components, okay. We have told it that we've got this form type. That's not the case now. We've got form data. Now our types are aligning perfectly. Guys, go and learn Typescript. Believe me, it will help you to become a better developer. Indeed it will. And also in terms of what, in terms of the work environment, you will get a job and okay. It's powerful, guys, okay. I've also learned it. I'm not yet there, but I'm still learning, okay. Now let's see. I think our types are fine and we can receive everything. First of all, let's go back to the back end. We are returning the profile image that we are trying to get from an object. Let's just see what will happen first, okay. You never know, maybe we might get a form data on an object. You never know, okay. Hence I told you I like to maximize. It looks like now the object is throwing an error. That means there is no object there. Remember, first it was the form that was throwing an error. The object was working because we were throwing an object. How sure can we be about that? Let me show you. We can be sure. Where is our UI? Let's pass an object. This is an object, okay. It's not a form data. Let's pass an object there and see, is it going to throw an error? Okay, obviously the mutate is expecting according to the type. Let's just not necessarily take a risk, okay. Typing just tells you some sort of warnings, things that you have to fix, okay. As we know, we are passing object. Let's see if we have passed an object. This doesn't throw an error. So the reason why the form was throwing an error, we can conclude now and say simply because it didn't exist. So a certain type of form or data that you are passing to the API, if it doesn't exist, it will cause an error. Now that we know the form data exists, okay, the object doesn't exist. Let's go back here and let's deactivate getting data from the object because it doesn't exist. It throws an error. Let's release the form, okay. And then remember, this variable doesn't exist anymore. We've got real image, okay. We got real image. And in terms of the name, I think even the name doesn't exist because it was part of this, okay. For now, let's just remove the name because we want to see the image first, okay. This was the whole purpose of this test, okay. We want to see the image. We want to receive the data, the file, okay, the file rather. So let's do it again. Let's send the file. Looks like we don't have errors. Where is that? Okay, real data has got empty whatever. Okay, let's see. Are we taking this from the form? Okay, looks like we are getting this from the form. Okay, as you can see, request.form data and then .get profile image. Okay, cool. And then let's see. Now we are getting there. Okay, we are getting there. Let's see. The other thing that I can do in order to test, I've managed to await it. Let's see .get. The other thing that I can do, let's get the form data. Okay, let's get the form data. Okay, meaning that we are going to await this form data. That means there is something that we are receiving here. That's why we don't have errors. Okay, that's why we don't have errors. Let's go back here. And then the other thing that we need to do, okay, when we are dealing with such things is to make sure that we pass it like this. Sometimes when you pass it exactly like this, it doesn't really do what you want. So let's just type this form data. Sometimes you just have to give it the key value pairs. Okay, let's see. So this is form data, and then when I'm here, let me .get. Okay, let me .get. Okay, what do I want to get? I want to get the profile image. Okay, suppose the method that was helping us didn't change anything. Okay, so let's just first, this is the same thing what we did last time, but we are some sort of debugging. Okay, we want to know what is the root cause. Okay, so I'm just going to change this to form data and I'm going to assign this. Okay, let's just test and see. Okay, scroll up and register. Okay, let's see, here is this register. Still form data is empty. Okay, what's the other way in which we can check what is the problem? Okay, cool, it doesn't end here. What we can do here, we awaited this form data. Yes, if we don't execute it, we don't get this get. So I'm convinced this must be executed. And also let's check on the type. Yeah, it becomes a promise when we click this. Let's see, it becomes form data. Okay, cool. Let's try to loop through the form entries, okay, to see if we are going to get something. Form data. Nope, this is not the variable that I'm looking for. I'm looking for this real image. Let's see what's inside each and every entry of that form for each, I think. Let's see, do we have that? First, let's say dot entries, and let's see, do we have for each in this entry? Yes, we have it. Okay, I wonder why it added array. I don't know. Okay, let's just delete this. Okay, let me type this on my own. Okay, because now I really don't understand. I've got form dot entries dot do we have for each? Let's see. Dot bind dot call, not really. Or do we have entries? Okay, dot entries. Maybe we need to execute it. I'm really not sure at this point in time. Dot return dot next. Okay, let me just see. Okay, my apologies about this. Let's see. Dot for each. Okay, so I don't need to get into entries. I think I can get into dot for each. Okay, where we are looping through the entries, and then from then I'm going to receive the key and the value. Okay, and then I need to do something with each and every one of those. Okay, as you can see, guys. So console.log, it's like we are diving deep into that form. We want to see what's there. Are we receiving something or not? We want the key and we want the value. Okay, so it's like I'm console logging these. I'm on a server, so whatever that I want to show, it's going to be shown where? Here. Don't mind much about all of these. Okay, it's going to be shown here. And also what I'm going to do, I need to put this here so that when I'm executing this I may see it. Okay, check here. This is okay, this is our server, this is our code, as you can see. So I want, when I click here, I want to see what will happen here. Okay, let's see. It looks like to me we have received what can I say, the image. Okay, check here guys, this is a file, it has got this size, it's an image, here is the name. Okay, if I'm still not convinced, let me change the file. Okay, let me change it, let it start with pixels. Okay, let's click register, check here. Okay, here is it, it's a file, it's an image, it starts with pixels. Okay, so I hope you got what I was trying to convey. Okay, that that first of all, when you are sending data to a server, you need to be careful. Okay, is the server ready to receive that type of a data? If it's with a file, you better use form data. Okay, if it's with a file, use form data. If it's not with the file, what can I say, then use a normal way. Okay, an object, I can say. I hope you got that one. So it's like two things must be in sync, the UI and the server. Okay, these guys need to be in sync. The server needs to be ready to accept a file in a certain way, which is form data, so as the UI must be ready to send data in that form. So let's say you are a front end. Okay, somebody said you are going to send a file to this endpoint. You need to ask them how what is it expecting. Obviously form data by default, but you need to communicate with that person, with the backend guy. Now my question is, do I have the name of what can I say? I think so. Okay, because I was going to ask myself, do I just got the file or I've got all the details? Look guys, I've got all the details. Okay, let me type here details to show you that I have all the details. Okay, let's check here. Where is, here is it guys. Okay, the name is details, the email. Okay, things are vice versa, but you get the essence. So it just means that what I just need to do, there is even no need for me to do that. The value needs to be here and the key needs to be here, and that's it. Okay, so value key, that is not necessary. So now we are convinced that our method works from met component, the one that converts for us. It does a great job. Convert to form data, this has converted to form data, and we are able to get the image. Okay, cool. Now this means that when we get into the back end, okay, when we get into the back end here, where I am, okay, we no longer need this. Okay, because we've got this data here on the form data, we can get it here. All right, what else? How am I going to know? There's no need. Okay, the types, there's no need for the types. So let me remove this again, and then let me type here const const, okay, name is equal to, okay, real image dot get name. Okay, that's how it is. And then guys, don't forget, okay, let's check the type of this name. Let's check the type of this name. This name, it's a form data entry value. Okay, or it can be null. When is the case where it can be null? When it's not being supplied. So the code at this point in time doesn't know if the string exists or it doesn't. We are not sure. So what we are going to do, let's, what can we do? let's assert it as a string, but let me show you some few things first before I come back and some sort of push it in terms of types to be a string. Okay, remember, saying that is a string whereas there's a possibility of null, we are somewhat lying or cheating TypeScript. Okay, because the truth is this can be null. Okay, so I'm going to show you we are going to change it, but let me wait for the right time to change it. So we are also expecting email. We are going to get this as an email. Remember guys, this is important. Email, the spelling is important. We need to make sure it's the same as what we are sending from the UI. Okay, at the same time we need to get let's say const, okay, profile image, and then we need to get it from here. Okay, as you can see guys, okay, we need to get it from here. We want the name, the email, I think also the password. Okay, the password. What is the problem with my password? Okay, I'll check it later. We want the password. Is it declared before? No. Type from internal is not an array type. Oh, okay, it's me. Okay, it's me. I need to remove this. Okay, as you can see guys. Okay, we are done with that. We've got the password and we've got the image. Okay, the image, we're going to get it as a file. Okay, but at the moment form data entry on null, not a problem. Now there are possibilities that things can be null. We need to handle the errors. Okay, if, because these can be null. Okay, so let's continue when it's null. Okay, so let's take with the name. If let me go to my front end and just double check if things name, email, password, and profile image. Okay, cool, happy with that. All right, if name, okay, let's see, what do I want to do now? If name is not there, okay, use this, is not there, or email is not there, or password is not there, or profile pic, let's say it's a must. In our case, let's say it's a must. The reason why I'm saying let's force the user, we will get into a lot of error handling which is unnecessary for the tutorial. Okay, not there. As you can see, this is an error. One of these things is not here. We need to throw an error. Okay, I'm lazy to type, my apologies about that. First of all, what I know about this response is that it's going to throw an error. Okay, a status of this error, let's say 400. Okay, status 400. The error message is name, email, password, image must be provided. Okay, not the best error message, but at least somebody might get the idea. Okay, so meaning that if it happens that this endpoint has been hit without this, there will be an error. Okay, as you can see guys, this is a bulletproof that once you continue, you've got something. That means this defense is telling us that the idea of null values has been taken care of. But in terms of typing, is that gone? Okay, let me show you console.log name. Let's say I'm logging name here. If I am done with bulletproofing these, that means this is not null. Okay, as we continue now, this is what? This is the idea of null values, it's gone, because the code knows that it must be true before it continues. Okay, but at the same time, it doesn't mean this is a string. Okay, when we go to our create here, okay, when we are creating these entries, as you can see, guys, this is complaining. Okay, type of form data or null is not assignable to a string. So this means that this cannot be a string, it cannot be null. So as you can see, guys, okay, this guy here, which is the Prisma, is expecting a string, not a form data. So that's why there is some problems here. So now let's go back to the solution. Remember, I said I don't want to be some sort of a god or a wizard here, where I just know things that will happen into the future, and then you are sitting there wondering where is the mentor going and you don't know why. That's a problem. So I need to some sort of reveal some mistakes. Remember, I said I am inviting you into my own intelligence, not intelligence as a smart guy, but in how I think. Okay, and that is called intelligence. Okay, so let's say this is a string. Okay, now I hope you do get the idea of why are we saying a setting pushing TypeScript to treat this as a string. Not necessarily we are saying after that the content will be a string, no, but we are just fixing our type. So let's see if we have fixed two of these, what will happen here. As you can see, two of those have changed. And then let's go back here, password as string, and this one as a file. Okay, my apologies about that. This is going to be a file. Okay, as you can see, guys, now we have fixed our TypeScript. Okay, happy. Let's say what's this type. As you can see, guys, now according to TypeScript, this is a string. Okay, so it looks like to me we are bulletproofed. Okay, we can't continue without these values. Now what are we going to do with these values? Okay, the first thing that we need to do, we need to save this file into a database. Okay, not necessarily database, my apologies, that's a lie. Okay, we need to save this into a server. So what you need to know about applications, okay, it's not like the application is running in your local computer where the storage is here, the database is here, and everything is here, and you are the user, you are here. When it comes to web technology, okay, it's a lot of pieces. That's what made me to struggle when I was new into the web programming. Remember, I've got a diploma in software development. At school we did Visual Basic. Okay, so when you are creating Windows based application in Visual Basic, everything is here. Or it's possible that you can have a database as an MS Access database in your computer, so everything was one. And also even the interface of Visual Basic or Visual Studio IDE, you drag and drop, everything is here. Okay, not the best UI, but everything is here. Now I was introduced into the web, everything is scattered. You create even the button. I was not used to that, so it was kind of new to me. Not only the UI, it's complicated. Okay, the architecture is complicated. So where am I going with this? Number one, the fact that you've got this application running on a server, it doesn't mean the files are stored in the same server. That's why we've got your Amazon AWS and Amazon buckets, some storage services, and then you've got your hosting or your host engine for hosting and whatever, and you've got Vessel for running. So it's a lot of things. Okay, so I'm trying to say the image doesn't mean that it's going to be saved in the same database, Prisma database, and also in the same server. Okay, so please get that. So now we need to save the file, not in a database, but in a storage place. In our case, our server is going to act as our storage. Okay, how are we going to do that? Remember, this is met component. I've got pieces of code to make my life easier. Okay, I forgot the name of this function. Let me think. What am I trying to do first? I'm trying to upload something. Okay, I think I've got a method which has got something to do with upload. Const let's say response, okay, is equal to, let me just type upload here. If I have exported it, suppose I see it, okay, from Redux. No, here is it, guys. Met uploader. It's at component, met component, API, met uploader. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I even forget what it needs. First of all, it needs a file key. Okay, at this moment in time, I'm trying to think what I was thinking when I was including a file key. Maybe when I'm jumping into this module, I will know. Okay, but for now, what was it for? The key. Okay, but I have to check on the code. Okay, for now, let me just type key here because I know it's a string. And then it needs a form data. Okay, it needs a form data. Remember, this met uploader, it only uploads a file. Okay, I hope you get that. It only uploads a file, guys. Okay, it doesn't upload this form data here that has got in it, that has got the email and whatever. No, it only uploads one file. So it's expecting a form data, but in that form data, it's only expecting a file. So what does that mean? It means we have to create a new form data. Okay, that has got only one entry. Okay, const, let's say image form data. Okay, guys, I hope you are enjoying, guys. If you want to learn more from me, I've got the Udemy course here. Don't forget, guys, okay, you can come and support me. Let's see, on Udemy. Let me search my name. This is not what I want. I want to go to Udemy home. Okay, you can come here and search Matthew Singati. Okay, you will see here, guys. Okay, as you can see, guys, I've got these two courses here. Okay, React Advanced Component Composition and also Next.js ShadCn. Please, guys, you can come here and support me. Okay, you can learn a lot from here. And also, if you might want to contact me, don't forget I've got my own website. Okay, also I've got a coaching course when you want to learn something specifically from me. Okay, and I've got also some students that I am helping. Okay, when you want to learn, okay, everything varies. Okay, people come to me wanting to solve different problems, and I deal with them one-on-one, solving their own problems. Some take a 3 months course where I constantly assist them with the Next.js, Typescript, and whatever. Some others, they take like a 6 months full course where I help them one-on-one to become better developers. In case you didn't know, I'm also a designer. Okay, I started designing at first, a graphic designer. Okay, so as you can see, I've got coded UI here where I share most what can I say, Figma tutorials. Okay, as you can see, I'm teaching you Figma. Okay, I can also code React Native, but these days I've been on the web. Okay, because I've got an application that I am busy with for a client. Enough about that, guys. I hope if you haven't subscribed, you are going to subscribe. I also got a buy me a coffee. You can check somewhere here. Here's my buy me a coffee for support. Okay, let's continue, guys. Now, I hope based on how I explain things, I am starting to burn the concept in your mind. That's what I specialized in. Okay, I want to be the Richard Feynman of React. Okay, if you don't know, Richard Feynman is one of the famous scientists. He's best known for explaining. Okay, he's best known for explaining like complex physics things. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, where we are, let's check. Okay, we are here in terms of the code where we are. Okay, we want to create a form data. Const image form data is equal to it must be new form data. Okay, it must be new form data. I'm happy with this. And then we need to append the image. Okay, form data dot append. Okay, as you can see, guys, I think now the key is coming back into my mind. Okay, now this form data, okay, it needs a key. Okay, it's like a key value pair. I hope you understand that. Okay, so we need a key for it. Okay, I'm just going to name it file. Okay, and then we need to pass the actual blob or the actual file. This is the same as file. Okay, so our actual file, it's a profile image. Okay, and then we are done. And then we will need the file name. Okay, for now let's just type here coded design, okay, as the file name. I apologize about that, but we need to generate unique IDs for these file names. Okay, I hope you get that one. So let's continue. This is a file, this is the actual file in this form, and this is going to be the file name, and that's it. So this met uploader, it needs that file, that form data. Let's give it that and see what else does it want. It looks like it's happy with everything. Now we need to check what type of data is it returning back. Okay, it's a promise. We don't want a promise. Okay, let's await that promise. Await that promise. Okay, let me remove this. Let's await that promise. Okay, and now we can get a response with a message, an error, and a file path. Okay, so this will give us the path to where the file has been saved. Okay, based on how I created this, it creates it goes to the public folder. Here is the public folder. Depending on the file extension, okay, depending on the file extension, it will create a folder here. Images, if it's a video, it create a video image. If it's a mp3 or sound, it will create a folder for that. But I think also, but I can confirm here on this function or method, okay, it first creates met component folder here as a parent folder. Okay, but I'm just giving you an idea as to if it works. How are we going to see if it works? So we are supposed to have a folder here on public with this name. Okay, and then it's going to be an image, and there will be some other folders here that are being created. I think I've got also an option here where you can give the folder. Okay, let me just check here. Okay, this is the file key. Okay, the file key, the file key needs to be this. I don't think I've explained to you. So this is a file key, right, which is the key, it's file. Pass that here. Okay, it's the key to your form data. Okay, it needs to be here. And then I think here I've got a folder name. I think it's the upload path. As you can see, it might be there, it might not be there. And at the same time, because it's not there, how do I know if this file name will go to the folder path or the file name? So for now, just to be consistent or to make sure that we don't have errors, we stick to this. Okay, I have never tested this before. Now that I'm using this, now that we are here, I'm trying to see, isn't there a possibility for an error? We've got a file key, I've passed that. We've got the data, I've passed that. There is an upload path, which according to this way, it's supposed to be on number 3, and on number 3 we've got the image. So what we can do here, to be on a safe side, I will have to see and change this and fix it. Okay, let's make it this folder some sort of with capital letters so that we can notice it here. Let's say coded folder. Okay, let's say coded folder. Argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of form data. Oh, that's true, because I have passed this on the wrong place. As you can see, guys, on number 2 it's expecting this, and then on number 3, even though it's not necessary. So let's try this, guys. Okay, my apologies for everything. If these are optional, let's try first without them. Okay, these are optional. the upload path and the name, they are optional. Okay, as you can see, guys. So we don't need to put them for now. Okay. And after that, what are we going to do? We are going to get a response. Okay, let's throw the response back to the UI, or to the front end. Here is the response. Let's see what the response will be. Okay, it's going to be this object, not a problem. Let's just remove this, and let's just pass this response. Okay, so that means now we are going to take the image from the front end to the back end. In the back end, we are going to extract the image only from the form, and then we are going to create another form that has got only the image, because we are going to pass it, okay, the form data, we are going to pass it through the met uploader. Okay, the met uploader will help us with creating a folder here and save this file accordingly. Okay, as you can see, guys, there is a lot going on in the met components. Okay, let's continue. In case you didn't subscribe, please don't forget, I even can't pronounce or say subscribe. Okay, let's continue. Let me just take a water break, guys. Okay, it's been a while. I think that we are almost sitting at like 2 hours, 2.5. Okay, all right, let's continue. Okay, so what we want to do, we've got the image and we are ready to send it. At the same time, I want to see what will happen. What will happen here? Okay, I want to see what will happen here. Okay, let's see. Are we on the network? Yes. Okay, my apologies about that. Let's see, guys, what will happen. Let's see. Looks like there is no error. Here is the response. What is the response? It's giving us the file path, guys. Okay, here is the file path. Images, coded design. Okay, where is this coded design coming from? Let's see. Not a problem. Okay, did we put, oh, okay, this is the file name. Okay, let's see, guys. Okay, is there anything that happens here in the public, or why it looks like there is nothing on the public document? Oh, okay, it looks like the met uploader, maybe I didn't update it. Okay, my intention was to put this met upload folder in the public, okay, so that you can access it. It can be accessed by the front end, but it looks like I haven't updated that. Not a problem. Check here, guys. So it looks like to me it has created this folder, which is met uploader, and our file doesn't have the extension. Okay, this is the file, but it doesn't have the file extension. Okay, cool. Let me delete this, and then I am going to change this, let's say, to .jpg. Okay, .jpg, jpg. Okay, now let's see what will happen. Okay, upload it. This is not jpg, it's a .webp. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, as you can see, guys, so let's see. Okay, here is it, guys, .webp. Let's view it. Boom, we have managed to upload a file. Now obviously I am going to face some disturbance. I think, guys, this is at least enough, where we are approaching some sort of 2.5 hours. Okay, I am Matthew Msingati, the designer and a developer, and I am here to help you to become a better developer. If you might want to contact me, you want me to solve your problem specifically, here is my website. Okay, you can come here and book a discovery call. Okay, give me your name and email and let's talk business. And also, guys, please come here. You can support me here. Okay, if you might want to learn Figma, please come here. I am Matthew Singati, the designer and developer. I hope you have learned a lot of things. I hope my library it's helping you to speed up your production. Okay, I also want to hear your comments, guys. What do you think about the library? See you on the next one.